Hello everyone, welcome back to Center Stand Mechanics. My name is Kyle, and yeah, I have to apologize. I haven't made a video on my channel for a while, and I've had a busy spring and summer and doing home renovations and working full time and moving family members and doing all kinds of stuff and going on. I actually went on a couple of bike rides this summer too, and so there wasn't much time to work on bikes and post videos, so up until now anyways. But I've got some stuff written down here because I had to organize my thoughts. So yeah, yeah, I'm very excited to announce I have a new project in the works, and I hope it'll turn into a fun series of videos for the fall and winter season this year. And man, I've created a new workspace to do some work on here. This is like my new shop here. So we got it's not a huge shop, but you know, got a couple bikes in here and stuff, and yeah, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so back to my next new project. So what I want to attempt to do, attempt being the key word, because a lot could go wrong. There's a lot of unknowns in this one, but yeah, I want to make the ultimate zombie apocalypse bike. Like, I mean, zombie apocalypse meets Mad Max. You know, total badass, hard to kill. You know, never let you down. You know, ultimate utilitarian motorcycle for, you know, riding through the wastelands of the apocalypse. Yeah, this is something I've wanted to do for a while, and actually have, you know, thought about quite a bit over, you know, over the years. And, you know, what would the ultimate, you know, zombie apocalypse bike have, right? There'd have to be a, you know, a list of some key features that you'd want on such a bike, and I've come up with my own list. I'm sure other people out there, you know, have different ideas on this, but that's okay, because, you know, there's no right or wrong way to make a zombie apocalypse bike. It's kind of an art form, really. I got a list of features here that I think would make an ultimate zombie apocalypse bike. Okay, and they go as you know, right off the top, you'd want an air-cooled motorcycle. You know, you don't want to be dealing with a rad and dealing with, you know, overheating because you lost coolant, or, you know, you're getting bullet holes in your radiator or anything like that. So I think air-cooled would be a must, right? Like, you'd have to, you know, just take the whole cooling system right out of the equation. So I think air-cooled is definitely going to be on that top of the list. Next is, I think you're going to want a points ignition. From what I know, or what I've heard, or people have told me, is that the newer, you know, computer chip type engines are going to, you know, they're not going to do so well in like a EMP blast situation. You know, someone, you know, God forbid, fires off a nuke or something, or sets off an EMP device, it's going to render pretty much all the, you know, everybody's vehicle, you know, useless, really. And except for the older style, you know, cars and motorcycles that have like a points ignition, from what I understand. So I think you're going to want a points ignition on your apocalypse bike. I think that's going to be another key feature. So I've got that down on here. And my next thing on the list, I think you're going to want multi-cylinder. You know, a lot of people probably go to like a single cylinder for simplicity, but I actually think you'd want more than one cylinder for redundancy. There's plenty of times, you know, I've been riding bikes and, you know, the plug fouls, or the, you know, one of the cylinders cuts out for whatever reason, but you usually can limp it home on the other one or two or three cylinders. It'll run rough, but it'll get you home or somewhere safe. And I think multi-cylinder would be a better in the, you know, like, you know, never let you down kind of, you know, you don't want it to, you just need it to get you home, right? And that next item for the ultimate zombie apocalypse bike, I think you're going to want a Kickstarter and electric start too. You want both. Obviously, Kickstarter would be good if your battery died, but electric start's good too for being able to start it quick and in a hurry. So you kind of want both. So I think the ultimate bike would have a Kickstarter and electric starter. Knobby tires, right? You definitely want to have knobby tires on your zombie bike because, you know, who wants to be, you know, slipping around in all those zombie guts and mud and everything, right? So, I think knobby tires are going to be, because you could ride on the road and off road, and it'll get you around just fine on knobbies. So, knobby tires. You're going to want a smaller bike. Like, you don't want a huge, you know, 1100, 1200 cc bike, because, you know, fuel economy is going to be something that is going to come into play. You're going to want, ideally, something around 400 cc, twin cylinder, you know, with points would be ideal in my book. Or, you know, you could go, you know, slightly bigger, you know, 650, something like that. Next on the list, yeah, for this type of build, I put down, you don't really want to use a nice bike, like, you know, something that's like, you wouldn't want to take a good bike and then, you know, dress it down and make it look rough. You know, people don't like seeing that, you know, classic bike or something. You know, start putting, you know, stuff on it that doesn't, you know, belong there if it's not already pretty far gone. Like, if you, you know, start beating up a good bike, it's not a good thing. Nobody wants to see that. So leave the good bikes alone, and just, you know, start thinking about basket cases and things that are in so rough a shape that, you know, the next stop is the junkyard, right? So, yeah, and the next one, you're going to want a carrying rack on there. You want some kind of a carrying rack on the back that you can carry gear and, you know, whatever, you know, you're going to need something. So it's really useful for packing stuff around, and, you know, kind of like a pack mule, right? You want to be able to pack lots of stuff. And not too loud. You know, you don't want straight pipes or anything like that. You're going to want, you know, pretty good exhaust. It doesn't have to, I mean, hell, you can even weld on a car exhaust on there if you, it doesn't have to look pretty, right? It's a zombie apocalypse. You don't need to worry about it looking all chromy and nice. Yeah, it'd be cool to have some accessories. Like, it'd be nice to have a, you know, somewhere to mount a chainsaw somewhere on the bike. I'll have to figure that out. Like, to, you know, because sometimes you gotta cut logs out of your way when you're on the trails, and you know, cutting zombies in half, you know, you need a good chainsaw for that. And you know, and it'd be nice to have, you know, places to put other tools too, you know, like a shovel or a machete or who knows, like whatever. But it'd be nice to have places to put tools and things like that, right? So yeah, and then that's pretty much my list. I mean, anything kind of goes with this build. Like, you don't have to worry about, you know, making it, you know, nice paint jobs or anything like that. You know, none of this stuff has to be matched. Like if you have a Yamaha, it doesn't have to be all Yamaha parts. It can be Honda or whatever. Like, you can mix match and whatever makes it work, you know, as long as it's got brakes and it runs and drives. And, you know, I'd like to make this bike road legal. It'd be nice to be able to ride it around and, you know, show it off and stuff. But you know, who's going to need registration and insurance during the zombie apocalypse, right? Like, so, I mean, it's not going to be totally necessary, but, you know, it'd be nice to ride it around and stuff. So that's one of the things I'm going to look out. The bike, I'm going to show you what I got, what I'm going to use for this is, I gotta do a title search on it. And so I'll probably have to go through that whole process. I think there's a way of doing it. You just gotta, you know, mail some paperwork around, and the way it takes a while, but I'll be a while working on this thing anyway, so I'll have plenty of time to wait for all the paperwork to come in. And if not, if where there's a will, there's a way. I'll figure out a way to get it so I can ride it on the road. And so that's that. So yeah, so that's super exciting. And yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna take you outside. I'm gonna show you this bike that I got, and I'll see what you think. But I think it's gonna be a fun to it. You know, it's going to take me a while. There's a lot of things wrong with this bike. It's pretty rough, guys. I'm not going to lie. It's one of the roughest bikes I think I've ever worked on or attempted to work on. But yeah, so if you have a weak stomach, or you know, this might be the time to change the channel, because this bike's pretty rough, man. It's pretty funny. So here we go. You ready? Ta-da! So this is it, guys. This is gonna be my next zombie apocalypse build. Let's see. So what you're looking at here is what I believe to be a 1977 Yamaha XS 650. Now, this thing is in rough shape. Like, everything's rusted on it. There's parts missing. I don't even think that's a Yamaha wheel on the back. I think that's off a Honda. Yeah. So we definitely got the not a nice bike part covered, because it's definitely not, it's not a nice bike. The seat's all got holes in it and stuff, and it's pretty rusted. I'm probably gonna have to get a whole different seat for it, because it's all rusted there, and the tank's all dented in. And this here is locked. I can't get into it, but how much you want to make a bet the tank's rusty inside? Any thoughts on that? The headlight's missing, and you know, this thing's broken, but I'm gonna change the handlebars on it. I don't like these handlebars, but that's okay. And what do we got for kilometers on there? 26,439. Woohoo! But yeah, so we got points, ignition, air cooled, twin cylinder. It's in rough shape. It's got a Kickstarter over here. So that's a check. It's missing carburetors though. But I got a bunch of parts with this bike. I got like 3 big giant totes. I did see carburetors in the boxes, so I'll probably have to rebuild them and you know, get them all fixed up to put on here. But one of the things, first off, this engine's seized, so I haven't done anything to it yet, because I wanted to show it to you, you know, in the rough right now. So I did put some oil down the cylinders. I was able to get this spark plug out. I put a bit of oil down that cylinder, but when I went to put the oil down this cylinder, I broke the spark plug stud off inside the head here. So I gotta figure out a way to get that out. I'm not too worried about it. I think I'll be able to get it. I gotta keep soaking it in oil though. I gotta be careful about this one, because I don't want to screw up the head. So I do have another head, and I actually have spare engine and everything. I actually got a whole other parts bike over here. So, and I think this is a 76 XS 650. So I do have some spare parts over here, and but this one's a little bit nicer. It's got a way nicer fuel tank, and so I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to stick with this one for the zombie apocalypse here. Look at this, we just got rust in there. Oh yeah, she's rough. I'm most likely gonna have to take the engine out of the frame and take it all apart and rebuild it, but I need to free it up first because she's locked up. I can't even get the Kickstarter out. Kickstarter seized on there, and yeah, so I don't know, I might have bitten off too much or more than I can chew here, but I do have a lot of other parts. Like I got a lot of 1980 Honda CB 650 parts. Like I might even be able to like use the CB 650 forks on here, and you know, maybe some of this stuff up here, the switches might work that I have, and I'm gonna try to use as much as I have here available without I don't really want to buy too much stuff, because you know, stores are going to be you know, hard to come by when you're riding through the wastelands of the apocalypse. So this is basically going to be, you know, you come across a whole bunch of bike parts in a barn somewhere where you're traveling through the wastelands, and you try to get this bike going, and we're going to see how far we get, and without having to order too many parts for it. I'd like to, you know, see if I can at least free this up and get this thing running. That'd be cool. I just don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to get it running without taking it apart first. So yeah, stay tuned. It's gonna be exciting. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm kind of looking forward to getting cracking on this thing. Yeah, it should be fun. You know, I'll just start picking away at it. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. I'll just start. I gotta figure out how to get this fuel tank or the fuel cap off. I'm probably gonna have to cut it off or something, and then we'll see in here. Most likely it's going to be rusted. Like, I guarantee you it's going to be rusted. And then we'll have to dig out the carbs I have in the boxes over there, and we'll rebuild those. And yeah, just start from the bottom or the top or in the middle, and we'll just we'll get it through it one way or another. But yeah, no, I'm pretty excited about this. It's gonna be a fun it's gonna be a fun season. Yeah, I can't wait to hopefully ride this bike one day. It's gonna sound awesome. I'll figure out some kind of exhaust for it, and you know, get it going, get some different wheels for it. I'll probably get rid of this wheel. Might actually have to use the wheel off that bike, because I think this Honda wheel is, the axle shaft is too long, too wide. Like you can see how, well, it sticks out there already, and then right here it's just gonna butt up against this. So yeah, I'm not quite sure about that, but we'll figure it out. So yeah, hope you like this video, and yeah, if you want to see me tear into this, you know, don't forget to subscribe, and you know, click all those buttons and things, and we'll have a good little fall winter trying to figure this out. We'll see. I'll probably feel better about it once I get this engine freed up, and if I can hear it running, that'll be bonus. So that'll be a huge thing. But I don't know, man. I don't even know why. See, I don't know anything about these bikes. I don't know why they were parked or what. I have no idea. The guy didn't tell me nothing. He had them as parts bikes for his project, so he wasn't looking at riding them or anything. And So he couldn't really tell me much. But, there you have it. All right, Center Stand Mechanics out.